Hey everyone, it's attorney Bianca Jordan from brazenlegal.com. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one. Today's video is to answer someone's question. What is an immigration waiver and how do you get one? So an immigration waiver is something that kind of forgives something that makes you inadmissible. In order for you to come to the United States with a visa or to get a green card, you have to be admissible, which means that you are allowed to come into the United States. There are a variety of things that will make somebody inadmissible, meaning that this person will not be able to come to the United States and or get an immigration benefit such as a visitor's visa or a fiancé visa or a green card. And some examples of things that make you inadmissible are the public charge rule. So, for example, if the government thinks that you are a public charge or that you are likely to become a public charge at any time in the future, they can deny you a green card. If you have any criminal history, so for example, if you have any criminal convictions like drug convictions, whether that's possession or distribution, certain theft, so shoplifting, that can lead you to be inadmissible. Um, there are a variety of things that could lead you to be inadmissible. Unlawful presence, meaning that you are in the United States unlawfully, whether it's because you came to the United States with a visitor's visa and you were supposed to stay for 6 months but ended up staying for 20 years, or maybe you were deported or you were ordered deported but you never actually left the United States. These are things that make you inadmissible so that if ever you wanted to apply for another immigration benefit, such as a green card, these things would make you inadmissible and you would need to apply for and get an immigration waiver in order for you to get that benefit. So there are a variety of immigration waivers available. There is an immigration waiver, for example, that is available for people whose only ground of inadmissibility is that they spent X amount of years in the United States undocumented. So, for example, this happens where maybe you came to the United States with a visitor's visa, like I mentioned earlier. Let's say you came to the United States with a visitor's visa. You were supposed to stay for 6 months, but now you've stayed for 20 years. And now you've married a green card holder and you need to go through consular processing. Because you stayed in the United States for longer than a year without lawful status, when you leave the United States, you're not going to be able to come back for 10 years. But if you apply for and you get this waiver, that will enable you to come back to the United States once you're done with your green card petition. Similarly, let's say you came to the United States undocumented. Maybe you came on a boat, or maybe you crossed the border. Somehow you got to the United States and you didn't have a passport. You had no papers with you when you came. So you entered unlawfully. And now, let's say many years later, you have fallen in love with an American citizen, you get married, you want to live happily ever after, and now he wants to petition for you to get a green card. Because you didn't come to the United States legally, you're not going to be able to adjust your status. So that means that you're going to have to go back to your home country to do consular processing. Similar to the last example I gave, if and when you leave the United States to go to your embassy for your interview, even if everything goes well and your case is approved and they issue the immigrant visa, when you try to come back to the United States, they're not going to let you in because they're going to see that you entered unlawfully in the first place and you're not going to be able to come back for 10 years. But if you have this waiver, that's going to let you come back in. There's another waiver available for other things. So, for example, one common ground of inadmissibility is fraud and misrepresentation. And this can happen during your immigration interview if the immigration officer thinks that you're lying about something, whether at the interview or if you lied about it on your application. For example, let's say when you were trying to come to the United States, your visitor's visa application said that you were married to somebody back home. And so you were using that as proof that you would come back to your home country once you were done visiting the United States because you wouldn't just leave your spouse at home. Now, many years later, let's say you get married and now you want to apply for a green card through this person that's married or through this US citizen, for example. And on this application, you write that you've never been married. Now immigration is going through their files and they see that in your visitor's visa application, you said that you were married. And now on this new application with your spouse, your new spouse, you're saying that you've never been married. So an immigration officer can say you committed fraud or misrepresentation on your visitor's visa, and now I'm going to deny this green card application because you lied. So now you're going to need a different kind of waiver to waive the fraud or misrepresentation, which will keep you from being able to get a green card without it. So there are a variety of different waivers available that will help you to be able to get a green card or a visitor's visa. The thing with immigration waivers, for the most part, a lot of them require a qualifying relative. So, for example, if you're trying to get a waiver due to fraud or misrepresentation, or if you're trying to get a waiver due to spending too much time in the United States with no status, you have to show that to not let you into the United States, to not give you that green card, for example, would cause extreme hardship to your qualifying relative. And for purposes of a waiver, your qualifying relative has to be a U.S. citizen or a green card holding spouse or parent. It cannot be children. So it's very serious business if you're dealing with immigration waivers. They're very complicated things to put together because you have to put a lot of effort and information and evidence into your application to convince immigration to give you that waiver. I hope you found this video helpful. Please visit brazenlegal.com to learn more about me, my law firm, and how I can help you with your waivers this year. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss my next video. Thanks so much for watching.